Hello everyone. Broadcasting from Istanbul with our host Öner Döşer, who is the director of the Astrology Art School in Istanbul, and Oner is also the OPA satellite in Turkey. And just now we are here in Turkey performing the peer group session, which is one of the signature OPA programs, and it's wonderful to be able to spread this information and this process across the globe. So we are here coming together because we would like to present two important pieces of information. For one, the upcoming transit. This coming weekend, we have a very special alignment with the Sun on the fixed star Antares, and it will square Mars. And that's something to really be cautious about and really understand how to harness this energy. But we're also going to look at the transits for the year 2019, and in particular speaking about the Jupiter in Sagittarius square Neptune in Pisces, which will take place from January and lead to our retreat that we are going to present together, along with shamanic astrologer Gemini Brett and astrologer from Mexico Nadia Shah, as well as Ursula Stockter. So this retreat really captures the spiritual essence of astrology. It's going to take place from January 29 until February 5th, 2019. And those of you who would like to extend that, you can also come a week prior to Mexico City and visit the pyramids as well as the museums and a whole cultural experience. The focus of spirituality for our retreat is using traditional astrology, shamanic astrology, and evolutionary astrology to understand what spiritual development really means and how we can incorporate that into our own lives. So this will involve ceremony along with a Mayan shaman, as we are on the wild beaches of Mexico, close to the pyramids, the Uxmal pyramid, which is one of the most interesting ones. So I would like to introduce Öner Döşer, who is, as I said, the director of the school, and he's also the author of 3 books in English. Prediction in astrology.
Yeah, and financial and professional astrology, and significators actually.
And financial significators as well as
professional significators.
Vocational, professional significators.
Yeah.
But you can find these books on Amazon if you would like to find out more about Oner, but we are interested in the spiritual significators in the chart. So how does traditional astrology bring the spiritual aspect of the chart? What other components?
Yeah, actually, to find out the spiritual significators, we look some planets in a chart, but also some parts. As the planets, we are looking at the Moon and Mercury, and if they have aspects between them or with the other planets, especially the aspects Moon makes in a chart, giving very much information about the native's quality of soul, I can say, or the main attitudes, I can say.
So if there is no aspect between the Moon and Mercury?
Traditionally, it may be a bit problem because the mental qualities of the soul is Mercury, and the Moon is indicator of emotional side. And if there is no aspect between them, so it is difficult for the soul to find out or to bring together with the mental qualities and the emotional qualities.
So if I have a Moon in Gemini,
let's say,
am I saved?
I would like to say it, but of course, if Mercury and the Moon are in conjunct. I mean, they are not in any of the Ptolemaic aspects, including actually conjunction, sextile, square, trine, or opposition. Even oppositions or squares are preferred instead of having no aspect between them.
Okay.
So it is very important for the soul's awareness of the mental and emotional qualities.
And what about the parts? You were talking about the parts.
First of all, pars hilak.
Ilag.
Yeah, it is called hilak, part of incarnational.
Part
Part
is
of
that
incarnation.
the same?
Yeah, it is the same.
Part of incarnation in the
Yeah.
chart.
This part shows us the main purpose of the soul in this world, where it falls, in what sign, in what house, and aspecting from what kind of planets, and where its ruler is placed in a chart. These are the most important things.
So that's what you're going to present in Mexico?
Yeah, this is, yes, I will be talking about it. This is just one of them, but also I will be speaking about Almutan Figuris.
Almutan?
Almutan Figuris.
Figuris.
This is the Almutan of the chart, actually. The most dominating quality of the soul, indicated by a planet in a chart. It is calculated. There are some calculations levels. And it is coming from medieval times, actually. Abraham ibn Ezra, one of the authors who were speaking about this planet, which is very important to...
Is it a point or a planet?
It is a planet. Almutan Figuris is a planet, one of the 7 traditional planets.
So for each one, it's going to be a different planet?
Yes, we can say. It depends on the hour we were born, the ruler of the hour of our birth time, and the day ruler of our birth. And also there are some other calculations which every planet has house positioning in a chart. So we are calculating that.
So when you say the ruler of the day, I was born on a Friday,
yeah.
So it's a Venus day?
It's a Venus day, and it depends on the hour you were born. One of the 7 planets is ruling at that time, and we are pointing them, and also we are pointing the rulers of Para Fortune, the rulers of the Sun, Moon, and the Ascendant. So we make a calculation. After that, we find out the Almutan of the chart. Or
so will everyone in the retreat
yeah.
know about that, their own chart?
Yeah, because I will be working on the attendees' charts, and it will be practical. Of course, I will be explaining what is Almutan Figuris at first, and then what to do's and what not to do's, because for the universal unifying, you know, you have to transcendence the shadowy side of the planets, which is the Almutan Figuris in your chart.
So a lot to look forward to, and thank you, Oner. We look forward to that. It's new to me. I never worked with this kind of information. As an evolutionary astrologer, we work a lot with spiritual development and soul work, and we're going to speak about the different aspects of love in the chart. Gemini Bread is going to speak about the cycle of Venus as well. Ursula is going to lead us into an artistic expression of our chart. We are going to draw our chart blindfolded. Don't ask me more details about that. I'm surprised as well. But I also want to touch about what's coming up now and what's coming up for the new year. We have currently the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Sagittarius, slowly moving out of it. And when it reaches on December 1st, the fixed star Antares, which is the heart of the Scorpion, it's going to also square Mars in Pisces exactly. And this is a time where we can basically experience an awakening, a spiritual energy, but there's also a level of, I would say, aggression or intensity or adversity that can happen given that it is on Antares and it is square Mars. So on a global level, we must be careful about our tendency, or even I would say worst case scenario, ideologically inspired violence. But on a personal level, it is also a time for adventure, because Mars in Pisces is about facing the open seas, and the Sun in Sagittarius is about really going for the adventure. So I wonder, again, as a traditional astrologer, I use Antares as one of the royal stars.
Yeah.
So I see it as actually a very elevated energy, and a time where there's higher inspiration.
Yeah.
How do you interpret that placement on Antares?
Yeah, Antares is a martial fixed star. And of course, any planet conjunct with Antares, when scoring or in conjunction or in opposition, Mars is a bit difficult, actually.
So am I right to say that it can lead to some kind of fanaticism?
Yeah, easily, because this is the shadowy side of Antares. And of course, it is a difficult time for authority figures, actually, to deal with that aggression. And of course, it is a risky time as well.
How can we use it positively?
Sporting, walking, using the energy for the positive things. And because it is very ambitious, and maybe we can use it for succeed some project we want to complete.
So a lot of adventure.
Yeah, sure.
And taking risks.
Yeah, taking risks, but of course carefully.
Yeah.
Careful, because Mars in Pisces at the end
is very careful not. Now, speaking about the new year, January 1st is when Mars gets to 0 Aries.
Yeah.
It's going to be in its own sign.
Yeah.
Saturn in its own sign in Capricorn.
Yeah.
Jupiter in its own sign in Sagittarius.
Yeah.
And Neptune, in the modern ruler of Pisces, in its own sign.
Yeah.
So everybody is aligned in their own sign, which is also incredibly potent.
Yeah.
But there's probably a good side and a shadow side. What would you say?
It is like many powerful men in the same house. Mars in Aries and the first degree, Aries point, which is very powerful. And of course, Jupiter is very strong, because Mars and Jupiter in fire sign, they are very aggressive. But Jupiter is the most powerful one among all the others. Because Jupiter is a nocturnal planet, and Sagittarius is a diurnal sign.
Diurnal sign.
Diurnal sign, and although Saturn plays very powerfully in Capricorn, Jupiter is stronger because Saturn is a diurnal planet, but in a nocturnal sign. So the winner is Jupiter. So the winner is hope and expansion.
And interestingly, because it's the 1st of January, this is not just a passing day. This will set the tone for the whole year. The chart for 0 hour, wherever you're born, if you're born in America, then you make it for the place where you live, and you see where the houses are and where the moon is at. And the moon will be in Scorpio that day. And the moon is going to be important, not only because it's always important, but it's the ruler of the North Node in Cancer. So that's where we're going. So the moon in Scorpio for the whole year, with these big players, strong power struggles, we can expect a lot of development in the economy and probably more of this shadow work of exposing corruption, just like happened with the Me Too movement, and really needing to learn about the right use of power. But given the Mars, Saturn, Jupiter in these very strong placement, we see the beautiful aspect between spirituality and action. So we have the inspiration of Jupiter in Sagittarius and Neptune in Pisces, which are more abstract and are more philosophical, but with very practical and active Mars in Aries and Saturn in Capricorn grounding it. So it's really about living our spirituality on a daily basis. It's really about being proactive in your life, not feeling helpless, but taking action, being the change you would like to see. So that aggression can also be used you know, in a positive way as activists. So it's a great year, but you need to ride that wild horse. And we hope that you feel inspired to join us in Mexico. We have 10 more places. We have people coming from all the way from Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey.
Flying to Mexico and Mexico City. And we also have people from Norway, from Switzerland, from England, and of course the United States and Mexico. So this is really a highlight this year. We hope you can make it. Thank you very much.
By the way, on the day we will start, we will have Moon, Venus and Jupiter conjunction in Sag. What a beautiful...
and these are the three brightest lights. The Moon, Venus and Jupiter are the most visible lights, and they are in the sign that represents expansion, higher knowledge. So this is quite auspicious for our time there.
And Mars will be very close to 19 degrees, which the Sun most exalted. So this Mars is very strong, but also a shiny Mars. It will shine like the Sun.
So you're speaking about the 19-degree Aries, which is a Sun degree to the exaltation of the Sun. So Mars passing over that degree basically brings tremendous creative power, leadership, and love. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We look forward. Amazing program and amazing year ahead. Thank you.